Hello and welcome to the webinar this evening. I'm really excited to have you all here tonight. Thank you so much to all you who arrived a little bit early tonight. For the ones that are just coming on now, we had a few people attending at 7 o'clock Queensland time this evening. So really appreciate that you've stuck in there till 7:30 Queensland time. I know it can be a little bit confusing with all the different time differences in Australia. And welcome to all the Kiwis there. You guys stayed up a little bit late this evening, which I really appreciate. For the Australians that don't know, it is 9:30 in New Zealand at the moment. So that's dedication for you. And that's one of the things that I find. If you're dedicated, you really want something to happen in your business, then you have to sometimes do things that make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. And that might include staying up a little bit later. But all you guys who are on this webinar tonight, you're obviously really passionate about your business. You really want it to grow. Otherwise, you wouldn't want to be here. And that's what I want to help you with this evening. So let's get underway. I'm Kerry Fitzgibbon and welcome to this webinar. I am so excited to have you all here tonight because I'm going to show you what I class as the very latest marketing technique that is light years ahead of any other marketing strategy that I've been trying lately, okay? Some of the things that I've been able to do, with, not just in my own businesses, which you're going to learn about this evening, that of my clients, is I've been able to achieve opt-in rates for free offers have more than doubled. So being able to get more people onto my list. Conversion rates for sales have increased anywhere from 10 to 15 fold, and that's even when I have put the price up. I'm going to show you how to do that. And marketing costs have dropped to less than half. And in some cases, costs have dropped by over 90%. Who is excited about learning some of that sort of stuff tonight? There's a little hands up icon. It's on your little dashboard that's over to the right-hand side of your screen. I'd love to see your hands up if you're pretty excited about what you're about to learn on this webinar this evening, just so that I know, A, that you can hear me and that we're on the right track. Excellent. We've got hands going up left, right, and center. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to put all your hands down now. There we go. There we go. Excellent. Okay, so let's get going. Okay, so over the next 60 minutes, I'm going to show you why Facebook strategies that were working just 12 months ago are now out of date, costly, and ineffective. I'm going to show you the 7 steps to market your business the right way on Facebook, and it is very different to what most businesses are doing. I see it time in and time out. Most businesses are doing it wrong. And then I want to show you lots of examples of businesses who are nailing it using these strategies. And realistically, it is really quite simple to implement once you understand the system. And that's what we're going to be going over the next 60 minutes. So, first of all, who am I and why should you listen to me? Before we get underway, if you have not met me before, let me tell you a little bit about who I am and realistically why you should listen to me. You see, it's my job to make you more money. But I guess what I'm best known for is I work with businesses all over the world and I help them implement the latest Facebook marketing strategy. What I'm about to show you, not many others in Facebook marketing who are teaching it, who are doing it, are actually doing this particular strategy right now. But my main focus is on using Facebook to make money, not just to make friends, okay? And I know it's a social network, okay? I get that, but unless you are actually turning your results into money or you're getting return on investment, then you are just wasting your time. And you wouldn't do that with any other form of marketing in your business. Neither should you do it with Facebook as well, okay? But I am trained. I'm a trained journalist. I've worked in print, radio, and TV for over 10 years. Some of the skills that I learned as a journalist was really good researching skills, okay? So some of the stuff that I've shown you is stuff that I've actually really gone in deep and researched. I've found the top people in their field that are not necessarily teaching this stuff, but they're doing it, and I have learnt under them indirectly. Okay, I have researched a lot of strategies, test them in my own business, and then I give you what really, really works. So that's what I'm going to be going over tonight. I have studied, I've implemented, and I've coached others in social media marketing over the last 7 years, and especially over the last 2 to 3 years, I have specifically specialized in Facebook. Okay, I'm kept up to date with everything in Facebook, so that I can pass it on to you. As you know, Facebook changes all the time, okay? So in order for me to be able to give you the latest stuff, I only need to focus on one thing, and that's Facebook, okay? I use other social channels in my business, but the main thing I focus on, because it gives me the biggest return on investment, is Facebook, okay? But I guess the most important thing is I specialize in helping people build reliable, sustainable, scalable income streams from Facebook. So not just one-off promos, okay? So if you're looking at building a long-term, sustainable, scalable business, then you are going to love this. First of all, before we really get right into the nuts and bolts, I would really love to have a gauge of where everyone's at, so I know realistically what I have to focus a little bit more effort into, okay, over the next 60 minutes. Right, so we're going to do a little bit of a poll, one of those interactive webinars, don't be scared off. So I want to know how experienced you are at Facebook marketing. So if you are a newbie, okay, so brand new to Facebook, you don't even have a personal profile, you know that you should be in Facebook, then please, at the chat box at the bottom of the page, please type in newbie. If you are a social Facebook user, so you have got a social account or a personal profile and you've been using Facebook as your personal profile, please put in social Facebook user. If you have a business page already, okay, so you already have a business page, then I want you to write in page. If you run Facebook ads, so please type in ads or FB ads, whatever you like there, but it just gives me some indication. And if you're currently making lots of money with Facebook, I would love to know that as well. So put lots of money in the chat box at the bottom, okay? So we'll just take a moment and I'll have a look at what some of your answers are there. Okay. So we have page, Facebook ads, page, social user, ads, page, ads, page, ads. We've got a newbie. Welcome, newbie. Social, page, ads. Right. So wherever you are here, we've probably got a lot more people that have ads, a few pages, few socials, and we've got a brand newbie. Great. Actually, really, really good place to start. If you are a social user or you are a newbie, the great thing about where you're entering right now is that you are about to learn the new stuff. You don't have to stuff around with anything old. You don't have to have already made mistakes. You're going to step right in and learn the stuff straight off, so you don't need to make those mistakes. If you already have a Facebook page, fantastic. You're about to learn how to run ads correctly. If you've already run ads, you're going to learn how to really increase the return on investment on those and do them properly. So I think you're all absolutely going to love this. Okay, right. So why do we choose Facebook? Well, you're all here tonight because you know that Facebook is pretty much one of the top sites in the world, okay? So it's the number, but what you might not know is it is actually the #1 website in the world, okay? 7 out of 10 website users are on Facebook. That's a significant amount. 7 out of 10 people that are using the website are on Facebook, and the world's top brands are on Facebook. If the world's top brands are doing it, then that's something that you should look out for. In fact, I always suggest that you pick some top brands, you look at what they're doing, and then you see how you can implement that on a smaller scale into your own business, because you can guarantee if they are doing it, it works, okay? They're not world's top brands for no reason, okay? More than 1 billion people access Facebook via their mobile device, okay? So the great thing about that is most of the world's population is on Facebook. They're accessing it via their mobile device. So you really have a chance to be everywhere where your client is. You're there in their life as they do the most important stuff. People rely and sign in and look at Facebook every single day, and they're doing it not just once a day but several times a day. In fact, a lot of people, and you might be a person that does this yourself, checks Facebook before they go to bed at night or first thing in the morning. The great thing, us as marketers, is we can be in bed with our clients, so to speak. Okay, so really you can be everywhere where your potential client is. 74% of consumers rely on social media to make purchasing decisions. Okay, so they're going onto Facebook, they're talking to their friends, they're finding out what their friends like and who they're using, and they're using that as a to make their decision on who they want to do business with as well. New products are being discussed firstly on Facebook. Big brands are launching their products on Facebook first. Why? Because it's cost effective and they can get feedback really quickly on their products, okay, before they launch them on mainstream media, which is way more expensive, and mainstream doesn't have the two-way communication that we get on Facebook. You really can become a friend with your client with Facebook done right, okay? But the issue is most business owners are doing Facebook wrong. So firstly, I want to look at the wrong way to do Facebook, because I know that many of you will sit there and you'll be nodding. You'll be going, oh my goodness. I do that, okay? So once I've pointed it out, you know, and then we're going to show you the right way to do Facebook, okay? So first of all, one of the things that businesses do is they build likes, which is really great, but they get lots of likes at the lowest cost possible. And the result is a lot of poorly targeted fans, okay? So they focus on quantity over quality. We want really highly targeted fans, okay, so that we can have the quality over the quantity, right? Then what happens is they focus on reach. So there's this big stat, it's a vanity stat or vanity metric on reach, so the number of people that your posts are reaching. So if we've got poorly targeted fans, what we'll find is our reach, so the number of people that see it, is actually really low as well, because the fans are poorly targeted. So they won't be reacting to your posts because the posts won't resonate with them. Then what happens is they try and increase engagement. So all of a sudden you've got this page with your poorly targeted fans. You're doing posts, they're not going out to anyone, and then you're going, well, I've got to get to people, I've got to increase the engagement. So they use irrelevant photos, videos, or memes that people may respond to, but they're not really truly engaged with your brand. And you'll know the type. It's a cat picture in the midst of someone who's selling real estate, for instance, okay, which might be okay if it had anything to do with, you know, cat move into your new home and the cat will love it sort of stuff. But they try and increase engagement with irrelevant posts, and they build up the engagement with the posts, but not necessarily with your brand, okay? And then you try to sell, okay? But what we find then is that sales are low, since the fans are not targeted, they're poorly targeted, and they're not truly engaged with your brand. If that sounds like you and you're nodding, there is a way, and I'm going to show you, right? But the result is lots of effort for very little return. There is a much better way to do Facebook marketing. And I want to just go through some of the businesses that I've helped do Facebook marketing the right way, so you can get an idea on some of these businesses, and then we're going to go into the step-by-step process on how you can achieve the same, okay? So I want to share with you a business that I've worked with, and there's all different businesses, different types of industries that I've worked with, but this one in particular is a bricks and mortar retail store, okay, so not an online business. Patton's Place Jewelers in Melbourne has 2 stores, and they came to me to be able to build their business on Facebook. So they were solely relying on mainstream media and people walking past shop. And so we went online. We built up a Facebook page with really relevant fans and then ran a sale to these people, okay? But we wanted to collect a list at the same time. So actually get people onto the database so then they could email out these people when there were sales on, when jewelry came in, and so on. So we did the sale and then drove people to a web page where we got them to receive $10 off, further discount, by entering their name and email address, okay? So with this particular campaign, we were able to make an extra $120,000 in sales over the couple of weeks of this campaign. And this was actually amazing, a really, really good result. And we had people coming from the other side of town to the store for this jewelry, and that's generally unheard of, okay, just by getting it right. Sam is the owner of Universal Hair Salons, and Sam's got 3 salons up in the Sunshine Coast area, okay, and so he uses Facebook advertising and Facebook remarketing, which I'm going to show you this evening, to drive people into his salons. And it's a very, very competitive industry. But one of the things that he specializes in, and he's a specialist, is color, okay, and running really highly targeted ads to the right audience with the right message. What we're able to do with this particular campaign is he spends $400 a week to make $4,000 a week just from his advertising campaigns. We've got Fruity is I guess a top quality blenders and juices is what they sell online, okay? So these are restaurant grade blenders and juices, not your average, not so good blender and juices, but these are restaurant grade. So they're a little bit more expensive than your average one. So we really had to come up with a campaign that was going to attract people that were actually interested in the higher quality, okay? So we actually kicked in remarketing to people that already knew who they were, people that were already on the database, people that had already visited the website, people that were already fans of the page. Once we kicked in this particular advertising, we were able to make an extra $33,000 a month just by implementing Facebook marketing the right way, okay? Rightio. So then we've got a couple that I work with, Andrew and Daryl Grant, and they run workshops throughout Australia, and they help people to build online businesses, okay? So I help them fill their events, and we've got a whole heap of different stats on the amount of the numbers on what we've been able to achieve using Facebook ads. But I just want to give you an example of one particular workshop because we specifically noted the people that came from the Facebook ads to the workshop and how much money they were able to make just from those people. So just from the Facebook attendees to one of their workshops, they were able to make an extra $110,000 just over a weekend there, okay? And we've got Campbell. So just wanted to share with you sort of the different types of businesses that we're able to do this with. Campbell is a real estate agent on the Gold Coast. He's a fantastic real estate agent. Campbell really loves what he does. He's been doing it for years and years and years. Campbell did things the old-fashioned way when it came to marketing initially, and then he knew that Facebook was where a lot of his clients were. So we set Campbell up with a Facebook page, and we started posting some of his open homes and things. Now, as a direct result of posting about one of his open homes that he was holding, someone came along because they saw the post, and this is in the first couple of weeks of us launching him on Facebook, so to speak. They came along and they loved what he did. They asked him to list and sell their home. So he got, just from posting, let's get this right here. He got a $1.2 million listing, okay? And then there's my page, okay? This is actually an old screenshot. I keep meaning to update this. So I've got a page called Run Marathon Training, and I've actually got an international sportswear brand of clothing right now as well, okay? Now, I set this business up only a couple of years ago. I think it was 3 years ago that I launched Run Marathon Training, and I did it as over 30 days. I did videos each day of me launching this business and what to do and how to build up your Facebook likes and how to build a list. Basically what I'm covering with you here tonight. But I did videos over 30 days to show people how they could start a business on Facebook and make money within 30 days, okay? So initially I was selling affiliate products because I didn't have my own products. Then I had people asking me for t-shirts, so I developed t-shirts through a crowdfunding campaign. Then they were asking me for singlets. So I started doing singlets, so Marathon Girl running tops. So in the last year, I have been importing Marathon Girl running tops that say never mess with a woman who runs 42.2 kilometers just for fun on the back of them, and Marathon Girl on the front. I have them in here in Australia. I have them in the United States, the UK, Canada, New Zealand, and a few other countries in between. I sell out of these tops before I even have to pay for them. I sold out of my first shipment before I paid for it. So then I had to get a second shipment in. They had sold out. And my third shipment, that sold out. And I am basically going on to my next lot now where I've got people lining up to order. Okay, so I'm having to expand my range. My ladies want other products. They're asking me, can you please keep us informed when you get your caps and when you get your jackets and when you get shorts and things like that. How am I able to do that? Actually, I will first of all want to share with you how much money I make from the site, right? I make between $6,000 and $8,000 a month selling merchandise, selling my own running programs and selling my nutritional programs, and I've just launched a membership site for my Marathon Girls as well. Now, I only spend a couple of hours a month on this business, okay? It's my passion business. I do love it, but I only spend a couple of hours a month on this business, okay? So if that is something that you want to learn, because you obviously want to streamline your business and use Facebook to grow your business, if you want to learn how to sell your products before you even have to pay for them, some of you guys this won't be relevant, but you get the idea, then I'm going to show you how, okay? I'm really, really excited about this. Now, I also have worked with a lovely lady called Petra. Now, Petra launched a brand called War Paint, okay? Now, armed with War Paint is a natural charcoal teeth whitener that has gone great guns, okay? Now, Petra came to my workshop last year and stood up on stage to tell her story about what she's been able to do with this business. I want to share it with you this evening because I'm really, really excited, A, to have been part of this, but B, because this woman is an absolute go-getter and love her tenacity and how she's built this business up. I'm a beauty therapist with a passion for natural therapies. I have an e-commerce business selling a natural teeth whitener called War Paint. I started on social media just 18 months ago. Before that, I didn't even know what a like was. I attended Kerry's Facebook workshop a year ago, and Kerry helped me set up my business on Facebook. My daughters helped me with Instagram. I've now been selling for 10 months. In month 3, I did $30,000 in sales. Last month, I did $65,000 in sales. I'm now selling in 55 countries and have a distributor in the UK. I'm a 2015 finalist in the Richard Branson Entrepreneur Business Builder Awards, and I'm in the top 1% in social media sales for businesses under 12 months old. Based on orders I have in the pipeline, I'll do over 1 million next year. That's really, really cool because she didn't even know what a like was 18 months ago, okay? So if you want to learn some of this stuff and you want to learn how to do Facebook the right way, here is the step-by-step doing it the right way, okay? So I've got 7 steps in this process, but let's start out with step number 1. I'm just going to go through it step by step to help you understand it a lot better, okay? Now, the first step is setting up and optimizing your Facebook page. Now, this might seem pretty simple, okay? But the number one thing here is to make sure it is optimized, and it is something that's going to attract people to it and they understand what it is, okay? So for instance, if you are a plumbing business, then you might want to have a kitchen renovation type of site because that's way more exciting than Ken's Plumbing, for instance, okay? Just a thought. So really try and focus on a page being set up around what people are wanting, what they're liking, and also your industry, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the name of your business as such, okay? And every business has a different strategy, so I'm just throwing it out there that is the idea, okay? So with my Run Marathon training business and my Marathon Girl business, it's all based around, what people love to do, and that's running marathons, okay? My social media page is social media for business, yet my business is social media plus one, okay? So set up and optimize your Facebook page. You have a huge big cover photo on your Facebook page. Utilize that. That is the window to your business, okay? And another thing I recommend is your profile picture should have your logo on it, but preferably a photo of you if you want to be the face of your business and you don't have a face for radio perhaps, or an avatar or someone to represent your business, because people do business with people. They want to feel like they know you. If you've got an image of someone who represents your business, then people can communicate directly with that face or that image or that avatar, so to speak, okay? So we have optimize our Facebook page. We set up a like campaign, so to get people to come over and like our page. We set up a page, an opt-in page. So this is a landing page that people can come to with a valuable free gift. So we want to give away something that's high perceived value, low cost of delivery to collect our list, okay? So let's break it down for you, okay? So we're going to create some effective like ads, okay, to get people over. We're talking about quantity over quality. So in order to create an effective ad, we want to have a really good image is the very first thing that people are going to see. But we want an image and a call to action to get people to like the page. So it might go something like, love running marathons like us. It's simple. The only thing we're doing right at this present point in time is getting people to like the page. We're not selling our product. We haven't taken them out on that first date yet. We're just getting them to come on the first date. We're getting them to put their hand up in the air and say, hey, I'm interested in what you do. That's all with this, okay? So like running marathons, like us. Then we want to create the ad inside Ads Manager. So for those that have not run ads before and you just have a business page, for those social users or for the complete newbie that we have, welcome. You have a couple of different ways that you can run your ads, different places where you can run your ads from. The most simplest place you can run your ad from is right inside your Facebook page. Facebook makes it nice and simple. They also make it nice and expensive doing it this way, and there's many mistakes that you can make doing it from your page. You have to click and go inside Ads Manager. Okay, once we're inside Ads Manager, that's where we run our ad. And for all you advanced Facebook users, you can manage your ads inside another third party, but it's inside Facebook, called Power Editor. Okay, but we're not going to go into that right now. I'm just letting you know what is possible so that I can then show you how you can find out deeply how to run these ads towards the end of the webinar. Okay. Also, we always have 2 ads running and we want to split test those 2 ads, okay, with preferably 2 different images, okay, because people identify with images before they identify with anything else, okay. And then we run the campaign for up to 10 days with a daily budget of $5, okay. So we're split testing them both and running them for 10 days with a daily budget of $5 just to test it, to see which one's going to work the best over those few days, okay? Then we look for ads that have what we call a high relevancy score and a lower cost per like, okay? So what I mean by that, again, to people that are complete newbies, is that Facebook gives you a relevancy score when you run ads. It's a relatively new thing, been going for about a year inside Facebook, where they rate your ads based on the reaction to the ads. So if you get a 10 out of 10, that means that your ad copy, your image, and your audience are a pretty exact match. If it's lower, then there's improvement, okay? Now, the only time for you that have run ads before that I look at the relevancy score and take it into consideration is when I'm running a like campaign. Any other type of campaign, and I am not concerned about the relevancy score because I've seen highly relevant ads, according to Facebook, perform worse in conversions sometimes than less relevant, okay? So when it comes to any other ad, I base myself on how much money am I making from it or the conversions, okay? So this is the only time that I'm concerned about that. So who do we advertise to? And I'm going to show you what one of these ads looks like in a minute and the relevancy score. Who do we advertise to? Well, if your business is brand new, you're just starting out, initially you want to advertise to an interest-based audience, okay? I call it precise interest. They've changed the name of it over the time in Facebook, and it's basically an interest-based or behavioural-based audience. But we'll go into more detail about those audiences further in the webinar. If you have an existing database, so you're already in business but you have an existing database, then upload them into Facebook and you can advertise to those people, okay? So you can upload your database into Facebook and advertise to them. And I'm going to show you shortly how you can do that. Pretty exciting stuff. So let's have a look at a couple of different ads here and just give you some idea of the difference and what you can look for when you're running your own campaigns. So here's a client of mine and they've got a page called Happy Samoyeds. Now this page is, if you have a Samoyed dog, this is the page that you want to belong to, okay? Bronwyn, who runs this page, is so passionate and she posts beautifully. So she does really great posts. She loves her community. She loves her Samoyeds. So we ran a campaign to get people to come like her page. This was our first attempt. Love Samoyed dogs? Like us. Adorable photos, helpful tips. This is a Samoyed haven. So we've got a couple of Samoyeds there. Happy Samoyeds leave paw prints on your heart. It's really, really cute. It had an 8 out of 10 relevance score. And so it's okay, right? It was 28 cents a like. So it cost us, to get a like, it cost 28 cents, right? Now, I know in a passion type of niche that this is relatively expensive. Now, it's not in most other niches, but if you've got a niche that people are highly passionate about, like my marathon running niche, a cat niche and so on, then this is actually on the high scale, especially if you're advertising to people internationally, okay? So what we did is we swapped out the image. That's all. A split test campaign. Within a couple of days, we had a 10 out of 10 relevancy score. So, you know, highly relevant to the audience and that, but that directly related in 6 cents a like. So we dropped from 28 cents a like to 6 cents a like. Now, can you see if we hadn't split test this, we'd be still paying quite a lot more, okay? So it's really, really important to have a look at that and split test your ads as well. I did the same with my own campaign. I had originally this, and this actually did okay, but mine is more of a business niche. So in a business niche, I expect, okay, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. At that stage, it was around about, I'm going anywhere between 80 cents and $1.20 to get a like. Now, I know even with that, I'll get return on investment, okay? However, I swapped it around a little bit, did a different image, swapped out the text and just thought outside the box a little bit, okay? Start out on the right foot with your Facebook marketing and advertising like us, okay? And a bright pair of red shoes that attracted people in that. Now this one here, I get likes for around about 18 to 21 cents a like, and that is really good return on investment for me, okay, with this particular campaign. So what I'm trying to tell you here is really do split test and try and think outside the square a little bit, something that's relevant but can attract your ideal client at the same time, okay? So the purpose of the like ad, it's not what you think. It's really to help you identify who your avatar is. So realistically, the ideal demographic or the demographics of your ideal client, okay? Once you know who that is, you can advertise directly to them, and that massively reduces your ad costs. Just Think about it. If you are advertising to an audience of 35 to 45-year-old females, that image, the colouring of the image, what you have in that image, the headline is going to be slightly different. They're going to resonate with something different than what, let's just say, a male of the same bracket. You might want more of a masculine image, perhaps of a younger woman, like a 20 to 30-year-old, for instance, might, different wording, different image, and so on. So it's those little subtle things in your images, in the way you post, in what you say, that can make a huge difference, because people need to know they identify with you, they resonate with you, and you know yourself that some things you'll look at and you'll look twice and go, that was made for me, and you don't know why. It could be just the colouring or the font or whatever else. So I get excited about this because Facebook gives us this information if you know where to look. And so you know exactly what type of image and graphic and wording and whatnot that you need for your target market to attract them, to get them to take the action that you want them to take, okay? And yes, it is a little bit of social proof there as well. It is also to get likes, but that's not first and foremost, okay? So I just want to show you an example here, and you might not understand this right now, but I want to just point out that fans buy, okay? They put their hand up to become a fan initially, which signals I am interested in your stuff. Then it's your job to engage them, build the rapport, build a list, and then sell. So this is just an example of a list building to our fans and a list building to just a basic interest-based audience, okay? Now, obviously, there's more of the interest-based audience, over 7,500. More of them clicked through to the website, but less took action, and it was more expensive. So we had 7 opt-ins at $6.43 an opt-in, okay? Spending around about the same money. When we advertised to the fans, less people to advertise to, sure, but 40 people clicked through, which is less as well, but high percentage. 23 people opted in at $2.01, okay? So really important to build that fan base, because your fans do convert a lot better than a completely cold audience, okay? So that's step 1, building, optimizing, growing that Facebook page with relevant people. Step 2 is posting helpful, relevant content onto your website. Now, it's not just enough to have a Facebook page. In fact, a couple of years ago, I did my whole business off Facebook. Now, I'm saying, and you could do, but so important to drive people to your website and somewhere else and onto a list, okay? Why? Well, I'm about to show you the importance of this, okay? And you're really going to get excited about this. But I just want to give you an idea, oops, there we are, of what our blog page might look for people that are not sure of this. It's a page on your website where you give really good content, okay? So here is a blog post that I did on my page on how to set up people pages and ad accounts in Business Manager, because Business Manager is a new feature inside Facebook. Facebook's trying to get us all to switch over to it. I had heaps of questions about it, so I posted it on my website, right? Then I drive people to my website, okay, to this blog post, giving great content and value to people that have put their hand up to say that they are interested in what you do, okay? So that's step 2. Just relevant content onto your website, because the next step, step 3, we want to put a Facebook pixel. This is where people go, what? Especially the newbies and the social users, on each page of your website to track those visitors. So when we drive people to our website using Facebook, we send them to our website to read this great content. We want to be able to build that website audience. So build an audience inside Facebook of people who have visited our website, and you would have experienced it for yourself having registered for this particular webinar. Many of you would have seen the congratulations, you have registered for my webinar. Now it's time to turn up, because I built an audience from you, okay? So let me go into what a pixel is. It is a small piece of code that Facebook gives you, okay? When you put it on your website, it tags any visitors who have a Facebook account, whether they are logged into it or not, it tags them, okay? You then go back inside Facebook and you can create rules, okay? So audience is inside Facebook, and depending on which page on your website they have visited, okay? So you came to my Facebook registration page, you registered, you came through, went to the thank you page, you all of a sudden start seeing ads saying, hey, congratulations, you're registered, now time to turn up. For the ones that didn't, they'll see a completely different ad. Hey, boy, you haven't booked yet. See, you came to my registration page and you didn't register. Here's why you need to register, benefit, 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 okay? You then set up rules inside Facebook, which instruct Facebook to show them different ads to different audiences, okay? So rules inside Facebook, different ads depending on what people did on your website. I'm going to give you more details on this shortly, just bear with me, okay? So step 4 in the process is we're going to run Facebook ads to your fans. So there's people that put their hand up to go back to your website to either opt in to your list, so give you their name and email address, or read your content that you have, okay? So the purpose of this step, and now I know there's a few people that are asking questions here. I will get to the questions at the end of the webinar. We'll do some questioning. I'll answer your questions, okay? So don't stop putting them in there, because I will go back and read some of them, but just I will be answering them at the end of the webinar, okay? So the purpose of this step is to trigger the Facebook pixel, okay? So a little bit of code to create a website audience. So it's a website custom audience. Think about it. These are people that have come to your website that are really interested in what you do. Why? Because they visited your website. These are really hot prospects. And what we want to do is build an email list that you can email market to. The money is in the list. We know that people are more likely to buy from us once they've made several commitments with us, okay? So once you build an email list, you build that email list, then what you can do with that is you can upload that list back into Facebook and again use as a custom audience that you can advertise to. Okay, so we've not just got our fans now that we can advertise to, we've driven those fans to our website and built a website audience. We've got them on our list now to build our list audience, and then we've uploaded them back into Facebook so that they're not just getting emails, they're seeing our campaigns as well, based on the fact that they're on our list. They'll get a different ad than someone who's not on our list, okay? And then we build custom audiences that you can use to create what we call a look-alike audience that you can advertise to, okay? Facebook has a really sophisticated way of being able to match your current clients to people inside Facebook that are that similar to your current clients that they may as well be, okay? So here is an example of an ad, okay? So this is swap work for travel. Discover how to swap work for travel, live with locals and make a difference free guide. So this is a business that I'm working with right now, and this is what an ad looks like to drive people back to the website to opt in to their free list. High perceived value, low cost of delivery, okay? So this is the page that they come to. It's got a great headline, a little bit about the Karen and Andre who are running this business, and what stuff that resonates with people that are coming to this page, and then of course where they can enter their name and email address and opt in, okay? So step 5 in the process is creating highly targeted custom audience that you can remarket to, okay? So these are fans, website visitors, email lists, and lookalike audiences as well, okay? So let's go into what is involved in creating these highly targeted audiences. This is really, really exciting stuff. And I know that for some of you, you might be getting absolutely overwhelmed right now. What I want to share with you though is this: I'm showing you what is possible with Facebook, okay? What is possible, what you can do, and then I will show you how you can actually get me to do all this for you, okay? So the different types of audiences that we have inside Facebook. So we've got our fans, of course. So these are people that we can advertise to that have put their hands up to say, hey, listen, we're interested in what you do, okay? So the next one is our email custom audience. So our email custom audience is obviously our database. These are people that have put their name and email addresses on, put their name and email into our system to let us know that they're interested, again, with what we do. We've got our website custom audience. So this is the audience that visits our website that we can advertise to. We've got our lookalike audience. And as I said to you before, our lookalike audience is the audience that's so similar to all of the above. Facebook knows everything about you. It knows everything about your clients. It knows what you do when you like things, when you post, when you travel, information that you enter and information that you don't enter, okay? It can pretty well sum you up. It's like a big brain. So you can produce a lookalike audience. It can produce a lookalike audience from your current clients right now. If you've got a really, really small base right now, this is a really good audience to start with, okay? And then you've got the audience based on actions. This is cool. So actions that they've taken. So for instance, you can advertise to people who come to your webinar registration page, but didn't register. And some of you would have seen that ad that says, oi, you haven't booked in yet. Or actually, there was a slight typo in it. You haven't booked yet. Someone said, is that slang? It's like, no, it was a little typo. And I used to have a video that I ran saying, hey, see, you came to my webinar registration page, but you didn't register. Here are the reasons why you want to come to this webinar. You want to learn these types of strategies, benefit, get them to take action. You can advertise to people that abandon shopping cart. In fact, 67% of people abandon shopping cart. What does that mean? Well, it means that they add to cart and they never go through the checkout. No doubt you've probably done it yourself, okay? So, and in fact, there's a whole heap of reasons why they don't finish off the sales process, but you want to get back in front of those people so we can advertise to those people as well. And behavior-based audience, this is really cool. This is actually a relatively new feature inside Facebook or function. It's come out in the last year where we can advertise to people who are frequent travelers, who spend a lot online, who in the States, we can advertise to people who buy a lot of pet food, who buy a lot of baby food. We can advertise to people that have a gross income or an income over 150,000. We can advertise to people who are recently engaged, and so on. The audiences that we can advertise to inside Facebook are absolutely incredible because they've got more and more and more information about us, about what we do inside Facebook, but also what we don't necessarily do inside Facebook. So when we're going onto websites that Facebook has their little pixel on, it can see what we're doing, and very sophisticated program. So use that to your advantage. And we're almost on the home straight now, guys. So step 6 is remarket to these custom audiences to build your fans and email list again, okay? So it kind of goes in a big circle. So we've built up our page, we've built up some fans that are highly relevant, we're advertising to those fans to drive them back to our website, to build our list, to then again drive them back around again, okay? So let's talk about what remarketing is for those that are not 100% sure. Now, you might not know what it is, but I can guarantee you've probably experienced it before, okay? So it's really about, my definition is stalking people who visit your website and based on their action or inaction, showing them highly targeted ads. Now, the purpose of remarketing is that target people who have taken a particular action with a very specific tailored ad, okay? So just to give you an example, if someone has visited your opt-in page, the page where you want them to click their email address, but not opted in, you want to show them ads about the value of your free gift, okay? Hey, see, you came to my Marathon Girl guide to running a marathon, but didn't grab my book. Here's why you want to get it benefit, benefit, benefit to get them to take action. If someone has abandoned your shopping cart, if you've got an e-commerce store, and I know a few of you were saying here this evening that you do have e-commerce stores, whether you're selling through Amazon or eBay or whatever it is, you want to try and take them to your website first before they go off into the shopping cart side of things. But anyway, this predominantly works obviously if you've got the shopping cart on your website though, because you can control what's on your website. With Amazon and eBay, you can't control everything that's inside there. But if someone has abandoned your shopping cart, so like I said, 67% of people do this. Partway through the buying process, the house might burn down, the baby might cry, someone might call them, whatever it might be, okay? So you want to show them ads about the benefits of your product. So let's just give you some examples of some remarketing ads that might be able to help you out here, okay? So I got the chance to work with a guy called Glenn Twiddle last year. Glenn is absolutely awesome. He helps real estate agents grow their business. Glenn he worked with Arnold Schwarzenegger, who he had out here last year. He had Richard Branson, who I happened to share the stage with Richard last year in Glenn Twiddle's event. Glenn came to me actually a few weeks out from Richard Branson's event to promote another event of his, which he was running at the same time, okay? And so we helped sell tickets to the first event, and right at the end of that first event he had the Richard Branson event, which was really, really bad timing for him. But when Richard Branson says yes, I'll do it, you don't question when, you just make it happen, okay? Screw it, just do it. So we put together a campaign with only about a week or two before Richard came, and just keep in mind that these agents had already were attending his events. They'd already taken time out. They'd already seen ads and emails and whatever else. So we had to do a really sophisticated campaign to get them to take more time out to come along. Want to spend time with Richard Branson? He's coming to Australia next week. Last minute tickets are still available to see Richard Branson and the Titans of Real Estate live on stage. Book now before another agent takes your place. Just book it. Okay, so last chance tickets. And so here's what Glenn happened to say about that particular campaign that I helped him with. A couple of weeks ago, I was host to Richard Branson at one of my events. I had over 1,000 people attend. The reason I'm able to get these sorts of numbers is the help I've had from Kerry Fitzgibbon in my Facebook marketing. Kerry handled it all for me. Her Facebook skills were beyond good. Using her remarketing strategies, the results were incredible. My cost per conversion dropped by over 80%, from $97 to $197 to just $17 to $20 to get someone to come to my seminar. I can't imagine how much money I wasted back when I was doing it myself. I'm really glad I found Kerry with her unique skills on Facebook, okay? And this is the remarketing ad that we used to people that came to the registration page. For whatever reason, they didn't book. Did life get in the way? Our spies tell us you were checking out the Titans of Real Estate event page, but you didn't register. Here's your last chance to spend time with Richard Branson and the Titans of Real Estate. Last minute tickets are still available, and the event is next week, okay? And guess how much money he made as a direct result of this event, okay? He made over $500,000. And I'm going to say plus, because he was saying to me when I was speaking to him about it, he said, listen, it was over $500,000 and sales are still coming in from commissions off things sold at that event, okay? So absolutely fantastic result for that, and he was super, super excited, okay? Now, the final step is selling stuff, okay? So you want to sell. We've built them all up. People are on our list. They're the right fans. We're talking to the right people. We've built up trust and so on. We want to sell them stuff via email and remarketing ads to your custom audiences. These people are warm, okay? They're a warm audience. So here are just some of the more businesses I've helped to do Facebook marketing the right way. And here's Nick. Nick runs an e-commerce motorcycle store. And he was on this webinar, same as you guys, last year, okay? And what we were able to achieve is ad costs dropped 23% after remarketing to the website audience, dropped a further 62% after remarketing to people that abandoned shopping carts, so shopping cart abandonments. Okay, he had actually quite a high, well, he didn't, it was actually on par with all other shopping cart abandonments. Facebook ads now cost only 1/10 of Google AdWords. Monthly income was up 46% in the first 4 weeks, and it doubled in 8 weeks after remarketing. Okay, so he was able to double it in the 8 weeks. So I was able to work with, as you know, Andrew and Daryl I spoke to about earlier, who run events throughout Australia to help people set up online businesses. Now, they were in the middle of promoting one of their 4-day workshops, okay, and they had a really good friend, copywriter Brett Thompson, come to them and say, listen, I'm launching a new product, a new app, and I'd really like your help. Now, Andrew and Daryl love helping people, so they said, Brett, we can help you, but we can't email out to our list, as we don't want to confuse our list, because we're now in the middle of promoting our 4-day workshop. But what we can do for you is we can get Kerry to run some ads. Fantastic. So we ran ad campaign to drive people to get this headline generator that Brett was promoting. Now, we only ran it for a few days because, like we said, we were in the middle of this big event launch. So we were able to achieve 112 new leads in 4 days, and we used Facebook remarketing. So we advertised to their database. So instead of doing it through the list, we did it in Facebook. And we produced a look-alike audience from that as well, okay? So we were able to, we basically spent $300. It was $2.68 to get someone onto the list there, but they made over $4,200 worth of profit from that particular campaign over 4 days. Pretty exciting stuff, okay? And as I was talking about before, I worked with Fruithy, and we ran a Boxing Day sale, and over that Boxing Day sale, we advertised to predominantly their warm audiences. In fact, their warm audiences, so their fans, their website audiences, people that visited their website and their database, and spent $300 to make over $15,000. And the really cool thing here is it was $6. It cost $6 to get a sale, okay? Now, they were used to it costing a lot more, like a lot more in Google, okay? So to drop it down to $6, they were super ecstatic about that, okay? And I wanted to share with you Lauren Clement's story as well. So Lauren helps people brand their business. She's the ultimate business propeller, okay? And she was up on my stage last year talking about some of the results that we've been able to achieve with me working with Lauren. I'm an author and speaker, and I've helped people raise their authority. Last year, my books became bestsellers, so I'm doing the speaking circuit, but I was finding it hard to fill my workshops. As soon as Kerry switched on Facebook ads, I had full workshops. I already have a database, and Kerry plugged that into Facebook, and it all happened like magic. Of course it did. And the people that turned up to the workshops are the perfect audience. Even the lookalike audience is a perfect match. At my half-day personal branding workshops, I sell one-on-one programs. With workshops filled from Facebook, I'm getting an 80% conversion rate. I spent $180 on Facebook ads, and it's turned into thousands. And then we've been working with Jacob, okay? Now, Jacob is not just any old personal trainer. He actually runs a massive business, a boot camp businesses, where he gets personal trainers on board and he fills their boot camps, and he does an awesome job. So again, Jacob has been a client of mine for quite some time now, and he was up on stage at my workshop end of last year as well, and this is what he said. I've been running a personal training business for 6.5 years. We have 22 locations in Queensland and Western Australia. We mostly use Facebook to bring in leads, and we've been working with Kerry for about 2 months now. On Facebook, we promote a 4-week intro bootcamp for just $47. Once people have bought, we upsell them to ongoing programs. Our continuity products bring in about $20,000 a week. Since we've been working with Kerry, we've been able to reduce our cost per lead down to just $3.50. We have a 33% conversion rate to a long-term client with a value of $1,000. That means that it now costs us just $10 to make $1,000. That also makes it easy to license our business model to other PTs. Without Facebook, I'd just be a typical PT trying to get my next client and working a second job at night. So, with all that in mind, what I want to do now is show you how to do Facebook marketing the right way. Okay, I know I've gone through it, but I hope you're seeing the real potential of what Facebook can do for you. Okay, now I've given you a dozen different examples. Obviously, there's going to be variables or variations of success, but let me take a few moments to show you how to be successful in Facebook with my step-by-step Facebook Profits Program. Okay, now there are probably a lot of questions you have, so this is why I've put together this program. It is seriously the program I wished I'd had when I first started. You know how I said I did all that research? Well, it's beneficial to you guys because I'm going to show you it all inside my Facebook Profits Program. Okay, so I have three main components inside here. Now the very first component is my Facebook Ads Secrets Remarketing Training. Okay, now, what I do is I have 7 training videos, okay? So these videos are tailored to take you through the full remarketing process, okay? So these are the videos that, you know how I was talking about those pixels before, where they go, how to put together all those different campaigns? Well, I've got videos that show you exactly how to do that. But first of all, we start with, first of all, we start with the training guide as well. Okay, so we've got the 7 training videos inside there, and to supplement that, we've got the training guide that you can go through as you're watching the videos. We have a quick start cheat sheet. Okay, now I know a few of you will love to tick things off as you go along. Okay, so as you go through the videos, you look through the training guide, you can tick things off as you go along, and really go through the process really quickly, I guess. I've also got a resource report inside this component as well. So as I said, I'm an ex-journalist. I do a lot of research. I give you the links to that research that's taken me hours and hours and hours, okay? In fact, it should be worth more than $97 because of the amount of time that it's taken me, but I'm wanting to share that with you. And it is like a resource library, but there's anything that you need to know and know how I got some of this information and whatnot, you can go through the research report, resource report, see the links to some of the videos that I've watched and things like that. And if any of you are very, very similar to me and you like to run, I run every day listening to audios and podcasts and educate myself as I run. Love, love, love the whole being able to do 2 things at once there, okay? So I do have the audios of the training. The really cool thing that I find a lot of my clients do is they might go through the training webinars first and then they'll listen to the audios later as they're going around their day-to-day life, whether it's driving a car to work or to your business, or whether it's walking or running or whatnot. Or it might actually encourage you to take up a fitness regime because you want to get that audios in as well, okay? So my Facebook Ads Secrets Remarketing Training component is valued at $1,995, okay? The second component is how to make sales from Facebook without spending a cent program. So if your budget isn't as large, now you do, I do recommend you do Facebook advertising, but you can also supplement it with some free stuff as well, okay? So in this component, I'm just going to show you the latest tips and tricks to really getting good quality free traffic on Facebook, okay? How to increase the reach of your organic posts, so how you can post to the right people and get in front of more people, okay, that are going to take action. How to post to your fans to get them to sign up to your email list. There is a certain way to do this. I show you how with one of my videos there. The new rules of Facebook posting and how to use this to your advantage, okay? And also some really quick engagement and monetizing tips for using Facebook. Now that component by itself is valued at $497, and I'm always adding to this particular component because I'm doing videos, sometimes on a fortnightly basis on just little tips and tricks that people ask me about along the way, okay? And the third component is how to create a profitable Facebook business from scratch. This is more of your beginner's course, and I know a lot of you guys will fit in here, okay? Even if you have been running ads, this is probably where you do want to start and then move on to the remarketing training in here, okay? So this is 6 training webinars that cover how to create and optimize your Facebook page. You know how before I was telling you there's a right way and there's a wrong way? Well, I go through exactly how to do that. Even if you have a Facebook page right now, I show you how to optimize it. If you don't, you're starting off from scratch doing it correctly, okay? How to create ads to build an audience. So you like ads, okay? The right way to build the quality over the quantity. So exactly how I run my like ad campaigns. How to post on Facebook the right way for the best engagement, okay? So be able to get the right people in front of you that actually identify with your brand. And how to use Facebook to sell your products or your services, including what images you're going to need, what copy converts the best as well. Now, the total value of this component is $1,997. I'm also got for you, I held a 3-day workshop last year, and I know some on the webinar know about it and we're unable to make it, but we filmed that 3-day workshop and we broke it up into 12 video set, okay? And in that 12 video set, I go through the step-by-step components in way more detail on how to use Facebook to really grow your business. This is an absolutely awesome video. Now, I'm also going to offer you something really special. You're going to have the nuts and bolts of the program, okay, in all the videos and that, but to get you kick-started, and I know that everyone's slightly different and have got a slightly different business model, so I want to be able to help tailor it a little bit more to what you need, okay? So there's a whole heap of information in there. So I want to be able to offer you a strategy call with me, okay, so that you'll have the nuts and bolts, but so that we can give you the big picture and get you sort of up and running in the best and the quickest time possible. So this is actually something that I normally reserve for my high-end clients, and it's something very special for you, is 12 months of private mentoring from me as you implement as part of my exclusive private Facebook group. Here's the deal. I've got a whole group of people in here. Some have been sitting where you are right now a year ago that are doing absolutely awesomely on Facebook right now. They are in that group and they are helping people starting out, okay? I have web people, I have copywriters, I have SEO experts, I have all sorts of experts inside this group that are just so advanced in their online marketing that are open and there to answer your questions as well. It's a really great community. If you're stuck on anything realistically inside to do with marketing, then this is where you you want to be, okay? So that's 12 months of private mentoring for me that I usually reserve for my top end clients that pay me over $17,000 or more, okay? So just to give you just a wrap up of what you get inside my program, okay? So it's the Facebook Ads Secrets Remarketing Training, and that's valued at $1,995. How to Make Sales from Facebook Without Spending a Cent program, which is valued at $497. We've got the How to Create a Profitable Facebook Business from Scratch Beginners course, which is valued at $1,997. A one-on-one strategy session with me, which is valued at $997, to sit down and have time with me working on your business one-on-one, that I have helped so many people just with just one little idea take their business to six-figure plus business, okay? And 12 months private mentoring inside my private Facebook group with all my experts that you wouldn't normally get access to, including myself, which is honestly priceless, okay? And then, of course, the 12 video set on how to use Facebook to grow your business, okay? And that's valued at $997. So the total value of my program is $6,483. And at that price, it's incredible value. I know you'll easily recoup the value in increased traffic, conversion, and sales, and you'll make from what you'll learn in the program, okay? But I have something really special for you that's going to give you a massive discount on that price. You see, I need to ask you a favor, okay? I'm on a mission to be the go-to person for Facebook marketing in the world, okay, and remarketing. I'm already getting heaps of speaking gigs and overseas clients, but I need heaps of case studies. So it really is going to be a win-win. So you can get the entire program for 12 payments of $97. Okay, so that's $997 of value. Sorry, so it's $6,483 worth of value for $997. And what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to use you as my success, as my case study, but only if you love my course. I want testimonials, okay? Now, I know how passionate I am about helping every Australian in New Zealand, for my Kiwi friends, not just to survive, but to thrive and to be successful as I am and that of my clients. So I really want there to be no excuses for not joining my program. I want to make it even easier for you if you'd, so what I'm actually offering is a 30-day guarantee, okay? So really no excuses. Now here's the link to join. I'll post it in the chat box, okay? Actually, sorry, if you pay a further discount, you get it for $997, right? But I want to offer you a 30-day money-back guarantee because I know that many of you guys have never worked with me before. You don't know who you are, and it's really hard to trust someone that you don't know, okay? So I just want to make it nice and easy. So 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. That means over the next 30 days, you can attend the webinar, read the guide, use the checklists, even get the live review, and ask me as many questions you want in my private mentoring group. If at the end of the 30 days you decide the program is not for you for any reason, then I'll refund you in full. No questions asked. I simply can't make it more risk-free than that. So head over to the page. I'm going to post the link in the chat box. Right there. So it's in the chat box there. So for you to go along to that. Now, again, something really, really special, and this actually makes me shake in my boots, but I am so wanting you to really succeed with this, okay? So I have something extra, extra special. I'm an action taker. I love working with action takers, with people who are keen to make things happen. I'm an action taker myself, and I have a track record to prove it. So if you're an action taker, then here's something really, really special for you. Join before the end of the webinar, because I'm going to be taking questions at the end here, and I will build your Facebook marketing for you. If you join the program before the end of the webinar, I am going to build or optimize your existing Facebook page. I'm going to create your like ads and set up your like campaign. I'm going to create that conversion ad and set up your list building campaign, ad campaign, create your remarketing ads to those people that don't take actions. They're going to be set up for you as well, and create and load all the necessary Facebook pixels onto your website as well, okay? And then hand it over to you, and then you've got all the training on how to manage it, okay? Now, the total value of the Action Takers bonus is $4,000, okay? So if you sign up before the end of the webinar, that's what you get as the Action Takers bonus. And realistically, there's no risk to you because, of course, you get that 30-day money-back guarantee if you get the program. If you sign up this evening on that link, I'll post it in the message again. There we go. There's the link there. If you sign up, you get the Action Takers bonus. You can look through the material. You can take it all in and whatever else, and there's really no risk to you, okay? I really seriously am wanting to help as many people as possible. I want to use you as my case studies. I know my program is amazing and has helped so many other people. So if it's not right for you, you get your money back, but I know that you're going to absolutely love it, just like Lucy did as well. Lucy said, so easy to follow. Lucy has been doing some training with one of the big name American internet marketers. I won't name any names as you recognize who they are. Lucy said that by comparison, she said, I love how Kerry has taken a complex subject and made it easy to follow and implement, okay? So Lucy's been getting absolutely great results. In fact, I haven't got it here, but she sent me a message one night and said, you are my new best friend. I've just made 2 sales, and her product's over $3,000. and it's an online product. Okay, so she made $6,000 in a couple of days just using some of the techniques that I showed her. Okay, Julie Demont, she helps kids with autism. So since starting the Facebook remarketing training only a few weeks ago, Julie has 6 to 9 times more an increase in traffic to her website, which has meant more sign-ons to her course as well. Annette's helping. We've helped Annette helping clients grow their business. Annette is marketing consultant for small to medium enterprises. An electrician client of hers has increased traffic / costs and gotten 7 new client calls in just 6 days. At 50 cents per website visitor, it's costing way less than Google AdWords. And a mortgage broker client has used remarketing to double page likes in 8 weeks and is generating new business. So that's from Annette as well. Okay, so you can get started today for just $997 in one payment, or $97 tonight, and then 11 monthly payments of $97. Okay, so I'll just run through after questions a summary of what you get, but it's time to open up for questions. And of course, if you sign up before the end of the webinar, you of course get that action takers bonus where I do it all for you. How exciting is that? So now it's time to ask me your questions. Okay, so now we've actually had a whole heap, so I apologize if you have posted earlier. I'm not sure where they start, so maybe you could actually start asking again. Okay, so we've got someone that's having problems signing up. I'll post the link again. It should work. Wait a minute. Okay, we've had Lisa. Excellent, thank you, Lisa. I look forward to working with you. So the link's obviously working for some people. Okay, so right, if I have a franchise, so not a dynamic web page, but a Facebook page, how do you get around this? What if you have a franchise, so not a dynamic web page? Joe, you might just have to elaborate on that. So if you do have a franchise, I'm assuming that your website is held by the franchise business. If you can clarify that for me, I can certainly answer your question for you. And if you want to share with me which franchise it is, I might be able to go into more details. If not, then I'm happy to help you. If you could just rephrase that business. Yes. Now, can you help with my photography business? I actually have a few photographers on board. What I love and what you can do with your photography business, it's absolutely fantastic. So, it's very image related. Obviously, you're posting some of your images and what you can do and everything, and they get a lot of interaction, but really driving them back to your website, okay, and building a website audience from that. So I've worked with heaps of photographers and helped them grow their businesses using Facebook and the different strategies and that. So most definitely you can use for any type of business realistically, but it doesn't matter if you're a wedding photographer or a kid photographer or a business photographer, certainly doing the strategy that I showed you here today, you should be able to see some really great results in your business. It's just that I can't see the chat box, sorry. So it's right down the bottom of the page. If you've got a little arrow, an orange arrow to the right-hand side of your screen, and it's pointing inwards, push it again, or if it's pointing outwards, push it again, and you'll see a big box pop up with the chat box at the bottom of that. I believe it is at the bottom, or the question box, or the answer box. It's something like that, and it's got the link in there. Or see the big link on the page here. Just type that in, and I know it's a bit long actually. socialmediaplus1.com /remarketing-webinar-FB offer. I think I'll get my techies to change that. Thank you. Where you do everything also includes in the 997. Yes. So the question is, do you get the bonus package where you do everything which is included in the 997 fee? Yes. So the action takers bonus is I do it for you. Okay. So you'll go through, you'll get all the program which you learn how to do it, but I'll set it up, the foundations for you, and hand it over to you with the training so that you can go on from there, get those foundations right. Yes, it is the website is held by a franchise business. Okay, here's what I've done in the past and it's the same with real estate agents as well. So what I find is that you're in control of the franchise of your business, and they might own the website. My suggestion is always to set up your own website as well and use that as a content base. Okay, so you might write articles, you might do so. If I'm using the example of a real estate agent. So you might, I live on the Gold Coast in Australia, and so I have a real estate agent that has, what is his website? Something like Gold Coast Properties, Gold Coast. What is it? Gold Coast Rentals or something like that. It's rental properties. So he's working inside a franchise, but he's set up his own website that he can do content and stuff on. So that's what I would suggest. You set up your own Facebook page that is about what you're selling. So, but you have your own website, and then eventually you drive them onto the franchise website as well. Okay. Because unfortunately, when you're under the umbrella of a franchise, they own the website. So I always drive them to my website first. Okay. Online wellness business, that should work really, really well. I've got a whole heap of wellness clients. That's a fantastic niche to have to be able to make this work really, really good. So it says press the order button, but there is no button. Okay, so let's just go onto my page and have a look. So this is what we've got here. This is the link that we've got. So if we go right down to the bottom here, please let it still be here. Join now. So tick your option, tick I agree. Join now. Okay, so I hope you're seeing the same stuff as I'm seeing. I'll copy that link again. Pop it in the chat box. And there you go. Okay, so that's what we go. You've got to tick the I agree to the terms and conditions. You might want to have a little read through them as well. And happy days. Okay, so looking forward to working with you. Awesome. So let's have a look at some of the more questions here. Excellent. Thanks, Emily. Looking forward to having you on board as well. Cool. Okay. Yep, so we've got a law firm here, and yes, listen, there's a whole heap of things that you can do with local business. So if you are a local business law firm, then there's so much information out there that people need to know, and no doubt you're a specialist as well. So some really, really cool strategies that we can do with local businesses and law firms, around your law firm and your specialist. And, realistically, if you specialize, then you probably can take clients anywhere realistically. So I have worked with all sorts of businesses. I've worked with a tax accountant. I haven't specifically done law firm right now, but I've done a tax accountant, and he works really, really, really well using actually a very similar strategy to what I use here, but certainly giving information out on webinars about what people can do, building the list, building the website audience, and so on. So most definitely can help. Okay, so just started, and yeah, excellent. Music lessons, my goodness, how cool. So I get excited about this. So you want to be doing videos around, videos of you doing some music lessons and things, giving away a free music lesson mini course online to drive people back to. Okay, so music lessons, that's absolutely fantastic. I used to have someone who sold musical flutes and stuff online as well, and we use Facebook really, really well because your clients are on Facebook. So awesome. Thanks, Lisa. Awesome, founder. Excellent. Great to have you on board, Mark. I'm really, really looking forward to working with you. Awesome. Great, Claire. I'm really, really looking forward to celebrities. I'm fantastic to hear about that. Lots of celebrities ordering from you last year. I am looking forward to finding out more about that, Claire. Make sure you do let me know more about that. Okay, so no orange arrow, Chris. Oh, jeepers. Let me have a look here on a mobile phone. Right. Chris, if you are having issues on your mobile phone, I'm going to put your email address in the chat box. I'll email you a link, and I'll give you a chance just after the webinar to go onto your desktop and sign up, okay? So that you get that action takers bonus. Great to have you on board, Mary. I'm really, really looking forward to you. You were one of the first ones on this webinar tonight, so love it. Awesome. Okay. Lisa, it keeps going back to the home page. Again, Lisa, please leave your email address. I'm not sure why that would happen, why it would keep going back to the home page. I'll put the link in again in the chat box. It might be a faulty link on your end or something. Like I said, I'm not sure why it's going back to the home page. You should be redirected after you join straight to the members area to enter in your details. You will get an email straight out from us with the details on exactly what to do after you've joined and how you can get the call from me and so on. Okay. So if you are having issues joining and you want to join while the Action Takers bonus is on, please put your email address in the chat box. As soon as we finish the webinar, I will flick you through the link. Sometimes it might be just a mess up in fields between gremlins interrupting in GoToWebinar. I don't know, but certainly don't want you to miss out on that. Okay, so looking forward to working with you. I love this. This is just really, really exciting. Thank you. Awesome. Online furniture business. Actually, Mary, I've got an online furniture business I'm working with right now, and that's really, really exciting because what I love about it is your ability to be able to, people love seeing images and things. So I'll be able to use some of the strategies that I'm using with the business I'm working with now. We'll be able to pass them on to you as well. So works well. In fact, I've got a couple of online furniture businesses that I'm working with as well. Yes, I actually happen to be e-commerce myself, Jenna. So I've got, will this work as well for e-commerce clients? Do you have many e-commerce clients? This works exceptionally well for e-commerce because I actually have my own e-commerce business and the whole business is promoted via Facebook. I don't use any other form of advertising to sell my Marathon Girl tops and my Marathon Girl gear. It's all done through Facebook. I work with a whole heap of e-commerce businesses. So Fruity was another one that's an e-commerce business. I work with a whole heap of e-commerce businesses. What I love about what we're doing right now is Facebook has got another part to it that I didn't talk about tonight, purely because it's way advanced, okay, and not many people are using this, but it's being able to, if you're an e-commerce business and you have got an RSS product feed, you could put that product feed into Facebook and it can advertise based on what people are buying. So if you've got a client that's buying a certain item, it can actually, Facebook is, if you've got the product feed in there, Facebook will recommend other items that are similar to that item that person might like for upsells. It's just really, really intuitive. That's a whole new webinar, but Facebook's really, awesome for e-commerce. So hope that helps. Okay. Rightio, for some reason. Hey, listen, Abe, please just send me your email address and maybe your phone number if you want me to give you a call to go through how we can get you started. It will be straight after the webinar, so please leave your details so that I can contact you and get you on board so you still get that Action Takers bonus. So yeah, I do not have a website. Could you assist with this? I only have a landing page. Listen, I personally don't build websites. I do have techie people that build websites. The great thing is I'm able to direct you. Also inside the group, Facebook group, we have a whole heap of people that do websites and things. If you've got a landing page, that's actually perfect for now because then we start to drive people to that landing page as well. So certainly able to give you advice on that, certainly able to lead you in the right direction on people that can actually build your websites for you. And these are people that I use, that I love. The thing with building websites is you want to get someone who is a marketer as well as a designer, not just a designer because they make pretty websites that don't convert, right? We want to build websites that convert but look good at the same time. So okay, how do you use just the one Facebook pixel to determine the different actions? I just have mine on every page to capture website audiences, okay? Yeah, Chris, we set up the rules inside Facebook. So, if they've come to your, for instance, with my remarketing webinar, they come to my webinar registration page. When you register, you go to the thank you page. So I put that rule inside Facebook and say, I want to advertise to people that have come to this page, exclude people that have come to this page. Hope that makes sense. I certainly go into it in a lot more detail with my training, Chris, and I think you've signed on, so you'll find out how to do that. Oh, that's awesome. So we're setting up a home-based cruise booking business. Ooh, in partnership with a small travel agency. Have you worked with travel agencies before? I'm working with someone who does luxury travel right now. It's again fantastic because it's a very, very visual medium, and you're able to really get some of people. Gosh, people love looking at these things on Facebook and purchasing. And you look at the likes of TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor are all over Facebook, and in fact, TripAdvisor are all over remarketing. So I just want to give you an example, Dallas, that I and how this could work for you. But basically, I went to a daily deal site and found out about this island, remote island in Thailand. Okay, love going to Thailand. So I found out about this remote island in Thailand that I'd never heard of before. So I went onto TripAdvisor and had a look at this remote island and the accommodation on there. I went back to Facebook, and all of a sudden, probably within a couple of hours, it was serving me up remote island name, best accommodation on, and I can't even think of the remote island now, but remote. And I looked at it and went, oh, it's a sign. I need to go to this island. And then I realized what they were doing, but it was just done in such an awesome way. And it's things like that that you can do. You can really showcase the cruises, the images of the cruises, drive people back to the website to have a look at some more photos of the cruises, what deals you've got, and so on. So really excited. I think it will work really, really well, done properly. Uh, oh, awesome! Am I allowed to share that, Claire? Let me know if I can share that because that sounds awesome. Um, let's go down and let's see whether Claire lets me share what she just said then. Oh, we've got lots and lots and lots of questions. Got a little while. Yes, that's fine. Okay, thanks, Claire. All right, so let's go back up to Claire. So Kate Ritchie and Sophie Vine both ordered my name puzzles and both published their puzzles on their social media. Okay, so Claire's obviously got name puzzles, and Claire Ritchie and Sophie Vine. Oh, awesome! I'm looking forward to that. That's great. Cool. Yes, you can watch this video later, except that later that I'm on actually. I'm actually traveling at the moment. This is the great thing, being able to have an online business, being able to have Facebook working for you and things like that. So my internet's a little bit slow, which is why I've had a couple of people commenting about dropouts. I really apologize for that. So in order for me to upload this video, might take actually a few days. So yeah, happy for you to watch this later on. I would take advantage of the action takers bonus if you can right now. Like I said, if you watch it later on and your wife doesn't like it, then for whatever reason, I can give you that money back as well. Awesome, thanks Justine. I really look forward to it working with you as well. Thank you very much. Excellent, Abe. I will contact you, email you the link, and see what's going on straight after this. Okay, so it is a little bit funny on the phone, Lisa. Okay, maybe if you could just quickly share with us how you were able to do it on a phone, because we've had a couple of people here. Claudia, I'll email you as well. Awesome. I'm looking forward to it, Lisa. Really looking forward to working with you. If I don't have a web page being a franchise owner, can you help us set up a content web page if I take action today? It's not part of my package, Joe, but I can certainly point you in the direction of people that can do it really cost effective for you, like incredibly cost effective for you. Okay, so I will point you in the direction of someone who can do that while we're working on other stuff, so we can build up, get your fan base built up, whatever else, and then we can get that content page set up for you. So just let me know, Joe, and I'll point you in the right direction for that. Okay. Okay. Yep. I will, Dallas. I will send you an email. Can you email me at? I'm assuming you're a little double. Can you go back and have a look, Dallas, what you've put in there? I'm assuming that after cruise, it's meant to be an at. But let me know so I don't end up. Yeah. So yes. Okay. You have. Excellent. Thank you. Okay. So any ideas for a tabletop board gaming business to get interested in board gaming nights? Oh, how exciting! Okay. Good question. So people actually really love games, and you might actually be able to a couple of different sort of I guess a couple of different ways you could go about that, Jenna. What I would probably need to do is have a little think about it. I think you've signed up. I'm pretty sure I saw your name before. I have a little think about it and then come up some ideas for you. Just off the top of my head, right at this very second, I haven't, but actually, sorry, the thing I'm thinking of is that you can actually set up cool little games on Facebook, or cool little apps, or cool little quizzes and things like that I would be driving people to, and getting their interest if they like those sorts of things, and then getting them into to gaming nights as well as. But one of the things I'd be looking at, gaming nights are awesome, but hey, why not do something like that online, where you can go to the rest of the world? Actually, have you heard of that, Cards Against Humanity? So this is a game that you actually get cards and you play with people. It's awesome. They've actually got an online version of that as well, and you pay to do that. So I sort of see a similar type of thing here, Jenna. Anyway, okay, it's entertainment, weekly nights, events, day parties, fashion shows, charities, cinema. Sounds awesome. Abe, I like the idea of all those exciting things. Perfect for Facebook. Do you think a clothing line online business is good? Will Facebook help? So you might have missed out, Christine. My business is one of my businesses is a clothing business. So I have Marathon Girl as my brand. I'm selling my Marathon Girl running tops. I got asked if I can do half Marathon Girl running tops, so I'm doing them as well. I got asked if I could have different colors. I'm now being asked if I can do caps and jackets and all sorts of other things. So online clothing business is fantastic with Facebook. And Diane, we've also got restaurants and catering businesses. Realistically, I am just appalled by the fact that most restaurants are not using Facebook correctly. Okay, people are dining out more and more nowadays. I dine out all the time. I want to know recommendations from friends and stuff. And now Facebook's got a new feature inside it. It's a local business type of feature and recommendation, okay, based on friends liking it. So if you're in an area inside Facebook, you can actually go find restaurants in my area, nearby restaurants. Now it will show you an order of recommendations from your friends. So you need to be on Facebook and you need to be doing it correctly, because if someone's around your area and they use that feature inside Facebook, you want your restaurant to show up in front with all their friends recommending it. Okay, so cool. Okay, yep, Abe, I will certainly email you straight after this. Chris, I'll email you. So some people were able to get on fine, and I see some unfortunately weren't. Oh my gosh. So Claire was just saying before, Claire's the one that sold to Kate Ritchie and Sophie. Sophie, is it fine? Business increased over 300% from their two posts. That's fantastic, Claire. I just think that's awesome. Now, what brand was it that Paris Hilton, I think, promoted once, and it ended up being an absolute hit, just went crazy, just because of a post that she did about something. In fact, I think it was Boo the dog. So Paris Hilton said, cutest little dog ever, about Boo. Now Boo is a multi-million-dollar business now, and it's this cute little dog. I think it was about that anyway. So when a celebrity promotes your stuff, that's fantastic. Okay. Okay, so Lisa was just saying, if you're on a mobile phone, which I kind of guessed this anyway, so you need to move the screen around on your phone a little bit, and then make sure you choose the options. Okay, so the options are, pay plan, $9.97 up front or $97 a month, and then I accept and then pay. But you just got to move it around. It just doesn't fit inside the screen 100%. Okay, okay, right. Awesome, I've got it now. Excellent. Awesome. Okay. So we've got Linda starting a hypnotherapy business. Hypnotherapy is an exciting one. So I'm working with naturopath. I've got quite a few naturopaths. I've got quite a few physios that I'm working with, and we find that Facebook works really, really well, just with some of the strategies that we use. Realistically, you've got either local business type ads, or you can target people, and I'm assuming that you can probably actually do hypnotherapy over Skype calls. I've got some clients that actually do that sort of thing over Skype calls. They also do not just hypnotherapy, they do psychic readings over Skype calls as well and stuff. So if you're able to do that, that's fantastic. asset. You can actually expand your business further. There's not that many businesses that don't work well on Facebook, but definitely hypnotherapy is one that I think would work really, really well, especially if you get to the root of the problem. What is it that they want to get hypnotized for? Again, you've got to watch your wording. So if it was hypnotherapy to get someone to give up smoking, for instance, you can't actually say, well, actually you could try it, but Facebook sometimes doesn't allow you to be negative. So, want to give up smoking. So you could have a case study. Sonia, attended one of my hypnotherapy sessions to help give up smoking, and gave up within a session, 2 sessions or something like that. So it's actually a true case story. That's what I would use. Drive them to the page, find out more about how Sonia did that. Click through to the website. On the website, you have the story of Sonia and how they can do the same by coming along to hypnotherapy. Okay, so I think it'll work really, really well on there, Linda. So yeah, awesome. Cool. Okay, so we're getting towards the end of the webinar. We've got still a whole heap of people on here, which I'm really excited about. And we're getting late into the night for many of you, and my Kiwi friends are really late into the night. So looking forward to working with you, Linda. Thank you. So last chance, I'm just going to go through summary for the ones that are sticking out here, and just to give you a last chance to join, which I would really, really love to have you on board. Okay, so we've got the Facebook Ads Secrets Remarketing Training valued at $1997. We've got the How to Make Sales from Facebook Without Spending a Cent program valued at $497. We've got the How to Create a Profitable Facebook Business from Scratch, and that's more of a beginner's course, but I think you can all pretty much start there. We've got the one-on-one strategy session with me valued at $997, and we've got the 12 months private mentoring, which is priceless. Realistically, you're in that group with a whole heap of people that I love and work with, and clients that have been with me for quite a few years now, and they're in there and they just know so much now. You'll see them in there and they'll be answering your questions, and you know that they were sitting where you were, some of them a year ago, some of them a little bit longer, some of them only a few months ago. So, and of course the 12 video How to Use Facebook to Grow Your Business, which is valued at $997, and that action takers bonus, I've actually put my prices up. So most people would get that action takers bonus for $5,000 now. So me setting it up for them, that's how much it is. I was selling it for $4,000, but so you get that as part of this program. Okay, so the total value of the program is $10,483. Okay, so really, like I cannot do any better than that. I really want you all to be successful. I want case studies out there. I want to be number one in the world. Okay, so get started today for $997 or $97 plus 11 months. So that was the link. If you're on mobile, you might need to wiggle the screen around heaps. Danielle, I'm really looking forward to working with you. So here, yep. So yeah, just send through your email. Like I said, I'm just not sure why some can go through and some aren't going through. It might be, and I want to just take you back to the page just so that you can see. If you're on a mobile phone, you're going to have to wiggle this around so you can see it. But there's option 1, either your 12 payments, or option 2, which is 1 payment. You've got to tick the I agree and then go join now. Okay, so yeah, okay, so right, so I'll get the links out to the ones that couldn't join now. I really, really look forward to working with you who have got through. You'll start seeing, you probably actually, some of you are waiting online now because you're actually going through the stuff in the program right now anyway, okay? If you've got any last questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to let you go for this evening. Like I said, I really look forward to working with you. I'll try and get this video up as soon as possible, but like I said, I've got a little bit slow internet at the moment, so I'll get it up as quickly as I can, but it might be a day or two, okay? So thank you very much. Everyone who has joined up, I look forward to working with you. If you haven't right now, that's all cool. I hope you'll be able to take the information that I shared with you this evening and give me some really, really good feedback on it, okay? Or give me feedback on it. Awesome. I'm looking forward to working with you all as well. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll chat to many of you very, very soon.